We are super excited for this season. We bring the 90s back. But remember, we're bringing back the old-fashioned supermodel look. You know, we're thinking about Cindy Crawford, we're thinking about Kate Moss, and Linda Evangelista, and all these amazing people who have embraced the runways in the 90s, Galliano, and all that. So we are using a lot of like matte foundation to cover instead of that dewy look. We're firm believers as we turn into this new decade. We are coming out of that Instagram era for makeup and going back to that more, okay, I have that, but I don't need to use that. So I think that's kind of freeing the women at the same time. So this look today is very nude, but of course covering the imperfection of the face and highlighting what the woman has best.
It's really high couture, polished, sleek look. It looks really simple, but it's very time consuming, section by section, glossing the hair to like a real high sheen, but just almost like it's hugging the head really, really tightly. The majority of it is just hairspray, Go 365 in the Unite range. It's beautiful. I sat down with him all day yesterday. We were in a hairdresser yesterday for 10 hours. So he told me a lot. It's just he doesn't want to reveal too much, but he wanted it just like really, really beautiful, really clean, so it doesn't sort of like distract from the clothing, but at the same time it has its own message. So from the front, it looks like the girl has no hair. Her personality is precise, yeah, pristine.
This season is called Breath. It is something that everyone in the room has that we want to suggest to be the highest form of luxury. We sit on the pillow of breath and worry ourselves about so many things, not realizing that's the one thing you cannot buy, without which nothing is nothing at all. So hopefully through the origami, the braiding from ancient Africa going all the way to 3,000 years ago, and all this shape, we have suggested the possibility of wind and breath and what comes with it. The color palette was quite metallic, so we use all these colors that come out of metal, just being exposed to different time of the day, different climates and whatnot. So while it was quite colorful, it was really more just taking one thing and exposing it to different lighting and see what it will do as a take. The treatment at Sukeina is very much like taking something that is quite simple, and we are using braidings and manipulation of fabrics to bring out what you have seen. So these are not fabrics you can walk in and buy. It is more like just putting one thing to another, manipulating them, and have it come out this way. She's a woman that is, I call, ascendant. She thinks up, she feels upper, and she is uplifting wherever she goes to. Barriers is usually something that actually push her to push further. A smart, a leader, whatever cliche it may sound, but just that's what we have inspired so far. for one, it is our first real showing in New York City, so that is exciting. We hope that it will be received well, and we look forward to the opportunity of showing a bit more and better. Light. Light. Sukeina means light, quite frankly, and what it is that when it's in the room, whatever is finally can be perceived, seen, and weighted as what it was all along. So Sukeina is light, and it's an opportunity.